Hi everyone, it's Alia or Cake Legend and welcome to day 8 of the 12 days of Christmas cakes. Today we're going to be making this adorable little buttercream wreath cake. Of course, as always, we're going to start with stacking our little 4-inch cake layers. These ones are vanilla cake and I just did one layer of cream cheese icing for the filling and then I put that in the fridge to chill. Stacking a cake is super simple. If you're not sure how to do it, you can find a tutorial in the top right-hand corner. After I stacked my cake, I put it into the fridge to chill, and then when it was done, I took it back out and began doing my crumb coat. I've said this a million times now, but of course I'm gonna say it again. I like to usually skip the crumb coats, but I was making 12 cakes at the same time, so of course I wanted them to stay fresh in the fridge. The crumb coat helps them to not dry out. But of course you can totally skip this step, and you can find the tutorial for that in the top right hand corner as well. When I was done with my crumb coat, I dyed some buttercream to this nice light pink color and started masking my cake as I normally would, with a smooth finish on the top and sides. Since we have a wreath on top, I decided to do a swirl instead of leaving it flat, just for some added detail. Next, it was time to create those white stripes on the sides of the cake. This was done by rolling out some fondant, and I have my ruler there to make sure that these stripes were going to be the right height. I didn't want them to be too short so that they didn't go all the way to the top of the cake. So I rolled out my fondant nice and thin and then used my ruler to help me cut some nice straight lines. Again, using it to make sure that these stripes were going to be the right height. And then I cut out 6 stripes. Then I was able to attach them to the sides of the cake. The cake had already been chilled at this point, so I wouldn't mess up the buttercream finish, and I just used a little bit of water on the back of each fondant stripe to help them stick. After that, I grabbed this Wilton 21 star tip and put it into a piping bag with some white buttercream so that I could pipe a basic shell border at the base of the cake. Right when I was done piping the border, of course I had to add some sprinkles to it. I'm using this sprinkle medley by Sweeta Polita. And now it's time to make the buttercream wreath on top. So I grabbed this Wilton 233 tip, which is just a small grass tip, and I dyed some buttercream green. Put it all into a piping bag, and then I started making the wreath by piping those 2 big lines as a base, and then going in just the same direction all the way around, I piped little bits of grass. I'm just calling it grass because it's a grass tip, but if you've ever used one of these, you know what I'm talking about. You just squeeze and then pull your hand away as you're letting off the pressure. When I was done going all the way around the cake on the one side, I went to the other side, still going in the same direction but at a different angle. I repeated that all the way around the cake, and then we basically had our wreath. I just added a few extra pieces here and there to fill in some small gaps, and then I just needed to add the sprinkles. I used the same sprinkle mix that we used on the border, but this time I wanted to add a little bit more pink, so I grabbed this other sprinkle bottle by Sweeta Polita and added a few more pink pearls in there. And to finish it off, we just need a bow. So I grabbed this fondant silicone mold, which I got on AliExpress, I think, and using the biggest bow, I filled it in with red fondant, gave it a couple minutes to dry, and then pulled it out and stuck it on my wreath. After that, this cake was all finished. It's honestly so adorable and so simple and fast to make. I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial. Be sure to leave a like and comment down below if you did. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you tomorrow for the next Christmas cake tutorial. Bye!